The Lies of P DLC is finally here. Okay, maybe not actually for the public, but if you guys don't know, I was invited to California last weekend to play the new Lies of P DLC with the dev team, other content creators, journalists, and it was so exciting. I'm basically going to be telling you guys what I saw, new things that we learned, details, new patches, and obviously, I'm also going to be showing you guys actual footage from the DLC that I got to play and record myself. But if you are interested at all about the event that I went to, I actually have a vlog of that is also currently up on my new IRL channel, Park and Harbor IRL. Feel free to go there and check out how incredible the event was. The Lies of P and Neowitz team really went all out to make this event super special for everyone who was there. So if you are interested in seeing that, please go check that out on that channel. Before we go on with the video, I just wanted to talk about this little gift that I have. Everyone who was at the event was able to receive one of these gifts, but they did have extras. They let me have one extra gift of these to give to my viewers. I wanted to do a giveaway, but I wanted to make sure someone who really loved Lies of P was able to get it. So we will be doing this giveaway on this video and my vlog channel video. The way you're gonna be applying for this is leave a comment on this channel saying what you're most excited about for the Lies of P DLC, based on what you've heard or just based on something that you would like to see. And I also want you to go to my IRL channel, Park and Harbor IRL, comment on my Lies of P event vlog there as well. Comment what your favorite thing about the event was that you saw in my video, and that will make you eligible for this giveaway. I will go through all the comments, I will round up the people who commented on both, and I will pick the name on stream a week after these videos come out. Let me show you guys what's inside to see if you're even interested. First of all, we got this shirt. This is the Lies of P Overture merch shirt that we got. I think it's really cool. I love that it's a little bit ambiguous. It doesn't specifically say Lies of P on the front. However, if you do want it to say Lies of P, it does say Lies of P Overture on the back. You're not gonna get this one. This one's mine, but we do have an extra one in here for you. And it is size large. All the shirts were size large. Also, you will get this USB stick, 1 terabyte, Lies of P branded. Who doesn't want that? Craw animal crackers, the actual crackers that you can actually eat, branded with Neowitz. There is a bunch of Lies of P stickers with the logo. You got some Black Rabbit Brotherhood. You just got some cute little Lies of P stickers here if you want to put those anywhere. And finally, what some people might think is the coolest thing about this gift is we have a Lies of P vinyl. Oh my gosh, so cool. I don't know how many songs are on here, but Feel is on there for sure. Either way, it is a beautiful thing to just have and collect. Also, my nails match. I love that. That is what I will be giving away. If you're interested, again, the rules to apply are leave a comment on this video of one thing that you're excited to see in the Lies of P DLC. Also, go to my vlog channel, Park and Harbor IRL, and leave a comment on that Lies of P event video, what your favorite thing about the event was based on what you saw in my video. If you are the winner, I will reply to your comment and then we'll go from there on how we're going to communicate me shipping it to you. You must be willing to give me your address and name, obviously, because I have to ship it to you. This giveaway is worldwide, so no matter where you live, I will cover the shipping. I will send it to you, but again, you just have to be willing to send me your address and your name. All right, anyway, because I am excited, I'm sure you guys are excited. Let's get into things. So the way the event was formatted was there are 2 different sections of testing out gameplay. One section was actually playing the DLC, playing out new levels, trying out new weapons, new enemies, and then the other half, a new mode that I can't wait to tell you guys about. And I actually only have recorded footage of that first portion, but I am allowed to tell you guys everything I know about what I saw on the second section. Boss rush mode. Oh my gosh, I am so excited about this. So we got to try out this new boss rush mode for an hour. We also learned a little bit about some new patches and new features that are coming to the game. The most significant one being they are adding difficulty settings to Lies of P now. Yes. There will be difficulty settings from 1 to 5. So 1 is obviously the easiest, 5 being the hardest, obviously. Before I get into any new bosses that I saw, I did want to test out how the difficulty settings really work. worked. So I did test this out on Laxasia and Nameless Puppet, and I was just curious if there are new movesets or how is the difficulty settings really going to change things. From what I saw of those two bosses, the only things that really changed is how much damage they take and how much damage they put on you. So for example, Laxasia on level 1, she literally died after I parried her whole lightning attack in phase 2, that opening lightning attack. However, when you're fighting on level 5, it's much harder and she's just a tankier fight. So the same thing was for Nameless Puppet. Obviously not massive changes. However, they did also add 3 new bosses that we were allowed to play. And for these bosses, we only had an hour to try them out. I can't really tell you exactly, but after asking the director G1 some questions about how difficulty works, playing each boss a few times, it does seem like there are more changes than just the tankiness and bullet sponge kind of things. And G1 himself also did say he doesn't want to tell us, like, so it doesn't spoil for us, but there are more changes than just the HP pools. So as much as G1 didn't want to tell us about what exactly changed, he said that there are some big secrets as the difficulties change. I don't know what the big secret is yet, but he did say that. If the difficulty settings genuinely do change movesets though, that would be sick. I think that's the best way to do difficulty settings. Also, when we asked the directors about the difficulty settings, how people are going to react and stuff like that, they acknowledged people might be a little upset about it or feel like it's weird, but they said that they wanted people to be able to play this game, enjoy the story, not really struggle that much, just enjoy the game for what the game is instead of for the difficulty. So you know what? I guess I understand. I personally like Souls games being hard and just posing a challenge, and it's just an obstacle you have to overcome instead of having to lower the difficulties. But I do respect them for doing this. I understand why you would want to do this. I'm obviously gonna have to play the game on the hardest difficulty now. They were asked what difficulty setting out of 5 is the one that's closest to what it currently is, and they actually didn't give us a concrete answer. They kind of just said depends on the build and depends on how you play and whatever. From what I was testing, I would say difficulty number 3 of 5 feels like the normal one, just from what I played with Laxasia and Nameless Puppet. I would say 3 is more similar to what we know and love already. I don't know if that's for sure true, that's just what I felt. I'm not exactly sure what I saw, but I do feel like as I was fighting it and as the difficulties were getting harder, I do feel like I was like, I don't remember this girl doing this move before, but obviously I only was able to fight them a few times, so I'm not actually sure if that's how that was working. That's what I know about the difficulty settings.
Lies of P will introduce 2 important changes to the game. The first is the addition of 2 new, easier, difficulties: Butterfly's Guidance and Awakened Puppet. The standard difficulty that Lies of P launched with will now be the highest setting and is called Legendary Stalker. In addition to these difficulty changes, a new boss rush mode will be added. The boss rush is locked to the Legendary Stalker difficulty, and contains 5 tiers of its own difficulty. Changing the difficulty in the base game does not affect boss rush, and changing a difficulty tier in boss rush does not affect the base game.
As for the bosses themselves, I wasn't able to record all of their names, so I don't remember all of them. I do remember the first one, which was probably the most memorable, called Markiana. And this is a little bit of a duo fight. Markiana has this like puppet that she controls, and she's kind of big, and Markiana is very like Laxasia vibes. Like, she's a blue woman and she's kind of an asshole a little bit with how she talks during the fight. And it's one of those fights where she's kind of vibing, she's got this puppet on a string, and the puppet will come attack you. If you kill the puppet, it kind of stuns Markiana a little bit, so you know you can attack her, but then the puppet just revives and you have to do the whole thing again. So what you want to do, I guess, is kill Markiana, and they both go down. However, the fun thing about the difficulty settings, this is a really great strategy for the first few difficulty settings, but once you get to 4 and 5, they are both so tanky that this strat is not that viable. So I don't really know how you want to go about that. But either way, kind of a cool duo boss. Now, I might be biased because I went to this event and, you know, I was very grateful to be there anyway, and I would never think anything bad about the game now. But I didn't totally hate this duo fight because I feel like if you space yourself properly and there are ways to know if the puppet's gonna start attacking you and stuff like that, I thought the fight itself was really fun. Lore-wise, I'm really curious about Markiana. Again, she's kind of like Laxasia vibe. She's obviously affected by the blue stuff, and she's kind of been turned evil or whatever. I don't know anything else about her, but it is really, really cool. Unless you really hate duo bosses, which I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel when I actually start playing the game and I'm not just like in this special magical world that was the Lies of P preview event. The second boss was very kind of Walker of Illusions. He had like a bowl, like a fish bowl on his head with a Frankenstein head on the, like it literally looked like a Frankenstein head to me. And he was like this big brute guy with like a big strong weapon. I wouldn't say that felt super unique to what we've seen. I mean, obviously we haven't seen someone like that, but it was just kind of, he's got some big swings and you just dodge them. He's got some grabs. I thought the boss was fun to fight because the moves were pretty telegraphed. I learned how to parry it pretty well. But the area that he was in specifically was much cooler. We weren't allowed to go explore those areas, but I did see, like, I could just look through, like, there was like a wall that I couldn't pass, but I could see it. It looks really cool. It kind of gave like prison or like a laboratory or something like that. It was very cool. I can't really say that it was like revolutionary or anything. Still pretty cool. I still had a lot of fun fighting him. It's like Simon Manus, but like a million times better. Now, the final new boss that we were allowed to see was this massive, very Archbishop Andreas kind of vibe, but like way bigger and a little more like spidery looking. This boss was really cool as well, and I actually love the Archbishop fight, so I didn't, it is very similar, but again, I loved that fight, so I didn't really think too much of it. It kind of looks like maybe in the lore, this will be like Archbishop's grandpa or dad or some, I don't know, they're related somehow, I have no idea, but they are very similar. It's not like a similar move set, but it's like, okay, if you fought Archbishop, you'll probably have a little bit of a better time fighting this guy. He's kind of also got some like Midir laser vibes, which were kind of sick. Maybe it's like Archbishop mixed with Midir. He's got like some Midir lasers, and also when you riposte, you get like this insane cutscene riposte thing, no matter like what weapon you use or whatever it is, you get this really cool cutscene for it. As for these three bosses, I don't really know how much else I can tell you guys without having actual footage. You'll just have to try it out for yourself when the game comes out. But I can tell you they are really good, and the consistency of how good this game is and how good the bosses are is still there with the DLC, which is what's very important to me. And obviously, while those three new bosses are very exciting and were really, really fun to try out, one big thing about this part of the event was checking out the new boss rush mode. Let's talk about that a little bit more. The thing with the boss rush mode is you can actually set as many bosses as you want. So that's what we were told. I didn't test it out, but they said that you can actually put as many bosses as you want, and you can also pick the difficulties for every single boss that you want to fight, which is great too. I think that'll make a really big difference. For those three new bosses, during the 1 hour that we were there, I was able to beat all three on levels 1, 2, and 3. I think I was able to beat this two monstrous guys on level 4 as well, but Markiana level 4, I wasn't able to beat her. However, on 1, 2, and 3, and 4 for the others, it was fine. It was a lot of fun. It was a little bit of a challenge, but I was able to do it just fine. So to summarize about what I saw on the first portion of the gameplay, I really loved this. I love that there's a boss rush mode. I think that's important for every single Souls-like game. They should all have one. The difficulties, maybe I feel like we could have done without, but whatever, it's still really cool. And the fact that there's actually harder difficulties than what the default is also really cool and give us more of a challenge. Now, on to the actual gameplay. I decided to take all the footage of the gameplay that I have and react to it on stream and kind of explain things on stream with my chat watching so they could ask questions that might be fun for the YouTube video and stuff like that. I will be showing a bunch of different weapons. I will be showing some changes in amulets, some new items that they have, and I will be basically running through the entire first area of the DLC up to the final boss of the area. The DLC is everything I wanted and more. Obviously, I only played 1 hour, so I don't know what else there is. I don't even know how long it is. What I have played and experienced is exactly what I wanted from the Lies of P DLC. I am so happy that it's so high quality so far, and I'm so excited to be able to share it with you guys. So, without further ado, here is the Lies of P Here is the Lies of P DLC gameplay, and I hope you guys love it. Enjoy. So we were level 91. I think I was really high leveled for the boss rush. The boss rush was like level 160 or something like that. Okay, here are the weapons, okay? I tried to scroll over them just a little bit. I actually, in this run through of me playing, I do use every single one against enemies, but just so you guys can really quickly see, here are some of the new ones. This is one of these weapons. Very cool. I like the fire. The fire was really useful for like, if you don't want to use a resin or something, you just blow fire and set them on fire. And that was the Puppet of the Future weapon, by the way. So I don't know if the Puppet of the Future is gonna start dropping that or something. I don't know. This is just what I spawned in with. This guy does electric, which is cool. Here's like this weird, what is this one called? This one is fun because it wasn't that slow, I don't think. Silent Evangelist. Oh, that does look like Lax's sword. What is it called? The Arc Guardian? Yeah, maybe that is Lax. That'd be cool. Then we've got this one, the Lorenzini Bolt. The running R2 of this move, and I'll show you guys later, you just sprint really fast. You literally just sprint really fast until you run out of stamina. It's crazy. So I'll have to show you guys that when that comes later. But yeah, that's this one. Really cool. I don't really ever test out running R2s. I forget about that, you know? So I should have done that. Very cool, very cool. Okay, this was my favorite. This is called Maniac's Pinwheel. I don't know if you get this from the clown or something. I don't know. But I actually loved this weapon. So this weapon does this cool thing, which you guys will see later. But it does this cool thing where if you sprint, it starts like spinning, and then if you attack with it, it like slices, which you'll see later. I didn't even play the game yet. I was just looking at the weapons still at this point. Okay, why did I skip over the bow? I don't know, but I'll test out the bow eventually. But the claws were so fun, dude. Okay, well, you can look at them later, I guess, when I actually use them. And that thing is sick. That is very cool. Okay, but anyway, that was just a very brief overview of the weapons. I will go through and use them against actual enemies. There's the bow, finally. Oh, never mind. Why did I not try out the bow? Oh, new status effect, by the way, Frost. It was pretty annoying. And again, let me just say, the director was sitting behind me and Aggie the whole time. There we go. Here we go. These guys jump so damn far. How do I have this? I just got to play it earlier. I actually really like the bow, dude. And you have infinite arrows, obviously. Like, that's actually sick, dude. That's not that bad. For a ranged weapon, yeah, it's actually really good. At one point, I tried to fight a boss with this in the boss rush. It was kind of bad then, but like, whatever. They did mention the dance pad run. Every single time I spoke to anyone on the team, it was mentioned. It comes out in the summer. I don't have an exact date. No, the bow is sick. I like it. I used the claws for a while because I thought they were a lot of fun. Can you parry with the bow? You can parry with everything. I actually had that same question when I played, so I'm pretty sure I started it at some point. I'm pretty sure I tested it out, but I can't remember totally. Again, the director was behind me and I was just really nervous. Did they make you do it on a dance pad run? No, but they were telling me we were hoping you would bring your dance pad run. They were probably joking, but I was like, please, you should have told me. Oh, and here's the hat. Cutie, so cute. You see how these things start to spin, and then I think you do more damage with that. It's really cool. I loved this weapon. I don't really like heavy weapons, but I thought this was sick. Yeah, the whole point of the first level was the zoo. Which is why there's animal crackers. That explains that. Oh, and by the way, look at this that I saw. When you're leveling up, it asks you if you want to consume the ergo in your inventory. That's a huge quality of life feature. Do the directors expect people to get so good as you guys have gotten? It kind of seems like they were really impressed by us, to be honest. I don't know. Yeah, no, Gomez, yeah. So when I was talking to Jiwon, the director, he was actually telling me like, oh, like you guys are so good at the game. I can't wait to see how well you do in the DLC test. That's why he was sitting behind us. And I was like, oh, okay. The enemy variety, you'll see. When we get to the zoo, you'll see a bunch of new stuff. Obviously, these guys, I hate these enemies. And they've added these annoying things that they can do. Like, I feel like they didn't used to jump like that. I don't know if that's for sure, but I feel like they didn't. Okay, I also, at one point, I do test out the new Legion arm, but I wasn't sure which ones were new, I'll be honest. So I tested out the one that I think is new, and hopefully that actually is the new one. I love this weapon, and wait till you see me figure out the running R2. And also, now I know that I should start testing out running R2s all the time. I didn't think it would actually be anything cool. The freeze effect, it like makes you like weaker and also lowers your HP or something. I don't actually know. I didn't like it. It was super annoying. HP drain and you take more damage, yeah. Yeah, this. Is this the new one? Yeah, it's like a shotgun. It is pretty cool. Great showcase. What? I showcased it. What do you mean I showcased it? Cat. So yeah, the whole first level that I got to play was the Krot Zoo. And I'm pretty sure they showed a little bit of this during the trailers too. Oh yeah, it's so creepy, dude. The whole thing is so creepy. Like, look at this giraffe head. What's really cool about this DLC is like they really kind of went a little harder. This weapon was really cool too. I really like this. They kind of went a little harder in like gory, like a little bit horror, creepy vibes. Which I think is actually really cool. There's no new elemental damage from what I saw. We actually did ask the director, do you have to finish the base game and stuff? And he didn't want to answer, so I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. I'm gonna assume no. Well, I'm gonna assume no because of where we assume it is, the entrance to the DLC, but I actually have no idea. So in terms of new enemies, there are a lot of cool new enemies here. Did they say chapter 9? Did they answer? See, so like they were really, I think they were really going hard into like the gross stuff. Oh, she's very cool, dude. She's so cool. So again, I got to fight her. I can only assume she's at the end of this whole section. I didn't get to fight her here. I got to fight her in the boss rush. Okay, soon I'm gonna figure out the running R2 and you guys will see how crazy the running R2 is. It's like so good that I think they should nerf it. It's so cool. Oh yeah, that's so good. Yeah, okay, so I really liked the fire spray on this. Like, if it's nothing else, it just at least puts the element on them, right? I actually really like that they have so many new default elements just because in the base game there wasn't that many of them, you know what I mean? Like they had some of the elemental daggers and that one like lightning one that I don't remember what it's called, and that's it. So I appreciate that they have a few more here now. Who you said who was standing? G1. Yeah, of course I was nervous. He was literally, I could feel his presence. I knew he was standing behind me watching. Holy crap, this weapon is really cool. Like, look at that, dude. He was standing behind me, and I wanted to turn around and look, but I was worried he would be like, oh, let me leave. So I didn't look at him, but I knew he was there. He's not scary. He's very nice. I'll show you guys a picture we have with him. We have a group picture. Dude, I shook his hand, and I was like, I cannot believe I'm standing here in your presence. Yeah, the new arm is really cool. I will probably continue to not play with the Legion arms. I don't really care about them at all. But if you do play with them, it's very cool. I can just see the man seeing the hard side eyeing of Parky, thinking she's not obvious. I didn't really mess around with Fable Arts. Maybe I should have. I don't know if these are like boss weapons or I don't know what they are, but they are very cool. I hope that they're not too hard to get. And it actually, some people were asking, it actually does look like you can separate them. Obviously not the bow, but it does look like you can separate these, except for these two, I guess. Tanara, I have a reason to believe it's gonna be about 20 to 30 hours, but I don't actually know for sure. I didn't get to play the entire thing. Look how cool this is, dude. Like as you run, it like charges up. And I didn't even really notice that it's charging up. I just thought it was a visual. But oh god, that's why I love this weapon so much. I think it's so cool. Do you see when I slice? It like it slices more, dude. Isn't that cool? Here's me trying. So see, I mean, for a big boss like this, I don't know how viable the bow really is. And that was, people were asking about the range. You just saw the range there. It just fell on his feet when I did that. So that's about how much the range is, which is fine. I think that I used the Fable art of this against Markiana, and I think it was like fine. I think it's like better than Soul's bows. Like I'll probably use this bow. My first death. I also didn't get time to go look at the P organ. I wanted to go to the P organ and see if there was anything new there, but I didn't have time. Dude, look at that. It's crazy. I love that. My opinion about added difficulties. I'm one of those people who think that it's fun that Souls games don't have harder difficulties because it kind of forces you to learn things. However, I don't think that they shouldn't have done it. I don't think it's a horrible thing. All they wanted is to make their game more accessible to people who don't want to learn that much or whatever. I think it's fine. I'm not that mad about it at all. Okay, so as you can tell, this is my gameplay. I don't know why I'm doing this, please. G1 was behind me, guys, okay? I was nervous. Can you apply? Oh, I don't know, actually. Bo isn't afraid. I should have tested that. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that was good. I should have tested if you can grind on the bow, sorry. So for the base game bosses, the ones that I tested, it was the same moveset. They were just tankier. I'm pretty sure for the new bosses that they will have more than just that. I don't know exactly what will be different, and I didn't get that much time to try them out, but G1 said that there are some secret things that change more than just the tankiness, and he doesn't want to tell us because he said he still wants some things to be new to us when we actually play it. But he did say there will be more, so that's all.
Clearly, we're still in Krat, but the zoo's still standing and intact. Is it possible that the Stargazer sent us back in time?
So because of that dialogue, we can obviously assume you enter through the Stargazer, and we can assume this is also the first level of the DLC. But that is weird that we're time traveling. I thought it would be like P from the past, which kind of doesn't really make sense once you really think about it. But we just go back in time, I guess. No, they didn't, iKebra. We did ask them, and they said they didn't want to tell us. Okay, I think this is where I try out the running R2. Look at that. That's crazy. You can run as long as you have stamina, dude. Isn't that crazy? And after this, I was like, damn, I should have tested all the running R2s. I didn't, I don't think, but... Where were the other streamers? Like, there weren't that many there. Like, it was pretty cool. There weren't that many. I only met Ain, and I met Sasha Grey, and I didn't really talk to Sasha, but she says she's a big fan of me and Aggie, so that's cool. Ain was really cool, and that's all I really met. I saw Maximilian, dude. Don't really know him, so I didn't talk to him. Did the director say it? No, he sat in silence. The only time he came to get up was to show Aggie the running R2 on this, and then Aggie showed me. But actually, one time, G1 was watching me fight Markiona for my first attempt, where I actually got her really, really low, and I almost first tried it, and I died. And then I was like, no! And then he was like, no! Oh yeah, new butterflies also. They're like skull butterflies. You get a quartz. No, you're not seeing the boss first. They didn't let me record it. They didn't let anyone record it, but I did talk about it. Is New Game Plus gonna be fine? I would always suggest doing things New Game. No, I didn't get to check out the skill trees, Madman, and I'm really upset that I didn't get the chance to. What we're seeing right now is in the past, redacted. But you do this in the middle of the base game. See, what I think of this bow is gonna be good for is like when you're on the rafter. Well, I guess you can just use items for that, but like, I don't know. Parrying was so fun. Dude, and I broke his arms. That's crazy. Parrying was still so fun. Like, in terms of the combat and the enemies and stuff, I thought they were still really great. I don't know what this is, by the way. An ancient disc engraved with a mysterious symbol. Whether these symbols represent God or devil remains unknown. Don't know what this is. I paired with a bow against a range attack and then quick fire. Oh, that one shot hurt. That's pretty sick. Yeah, that's really cool. Look at these kangaroos, dude. These were so annoying. They're very cool, but like, super annoying to deal with. And look at the Big Daddy one. He's so annoying. Oh god. And yeah, for those who missed it, the devs and the whole team kept asking me if I'm gonna do the DLC on Dancepad, and like, honestly, if they didn't ask me, I would have not done it. It was like torture. But because everyone brought it up and that was like the only reason why anyone knew me, obviously I'm gonna do it now. And like part of my motivation to even doing it was because I was the only one to ever do it. So I don't know. If I was gonna be the world's second, I probably wouldn't have done it. They have a lot of new things like this, which is just like like America's blessing, like just like a big heal or a big buff just for everything. They have a lot of stuff like this, which I thought was really cool, actually. This is the hardest enemy in the entire DLC. I'm telling you right now. Maybe if I have the bow and stuff, maybe it would make things a lot better. Yeah, this guy's a monstrosity. Look at him, dude. He's got the disgusting back legs. He's got this crocodile head. And so that's what I was saying about them leaning into the grossness, right? Because they really are, which is pretty cool. The fire attack is the R1, I'm pretty sure. And if you just hold it long enough, yeah, see? If you hold it long enough, it just does the fire. And obviously he's got the back leg kick, right? We don't know for sure how to enter the DLC, but there's a lot of reasons to believe that you enter through that golden stargazer. Okay, so I died 3 times, and at this point I was like, there's so much I haven't seen yet, I'm just gonna skip it. So spoiler alert, I actually skipped it. So yeah, I ended up running past it. I'm pretty sure Aggie also ran past this guy, and I'm pretty sure Ain beat him, but only so barely. Like, he beat him using all of his throwables, all of his consumables.
The elephant man?
The elephant man.
I beat him, Ain ran by.
Oh, did you do that?
Yeah.
Use all of your throwables, consumables?
No, I didn't use throwables, but I beat him.
He might have been talking about something else. That's cool. Okay, fine. I'm the only one. No, I guess Ain didn't do it either. I'm pretty sure Ain beat him. I think I'm the only one who didn't. Quiet, please. The birds are resting. So obviously I had to shoot them. The zoo looks so cool, dude. I kind of want to like go to the zoo in its prime, you know? What kind of Dr. Seuss weapon was that? Yeah, they just gave us characters with stuff already, and the weapons are all +10, correct? Realistically, the claws were my favorite to use, but that like rotating thing was like the most fun, I think. And obviously there's someone throwing something at me from the side. I couldn't figure out who it was. The bosses, the new bosses that I fought too, other than the one you're about to see, this one was actually like, this one felt like an Elden Ring DLC boss, like really hard to parry and stuff. The main story bosses that I got to play were maybe like just barely harder than the base game, but like nothing too, like I believe that it's a Liza P boss kind of thing, you know? I hope there's no BRB2 type things. I hope not. Diffractor, I don't know. They didn't tell me how many bosses there actually is, but I only got to fight 3. And what's fun about this new mode, that they're adding a new free patch. I think it's a free patch. Even if you don't buy the DLC, where you can refight bosses on easier difficulties or harder difficulties. So you can, yeah, the range is short on that. So you can just practice around easier difficulties if you want. I assume you have to beat the boss first, yeah. Well, yeah, I guess you're right then. That wouldn't even matter then to practice. Okay, is this the new thing I saw? Yeah, I think this is the new grindstone I was talking about. Oh, that's right. I did pick the part because I actually am looking for it now and I realize I think it's a key item part. Oh no, not key item. Yeah, this, a broken, okay, yeah, true. It's called a piercing grindstone, so I wonder if, I don't know, does more to armored bosses or something. Okay, here we go. Maybe not actually. No, never mind. Not here we go. I was going to unlock a shortcut at first. Because it's not my first rodeo. This is not my first rodeo. I know what that arena is. And I know that there's going to be a shortcut before I go there. Now this boss, I'll let you guys give me your opinions first. I hate the gold coin free currency. They don't need it. Like, this boss felt very Elden Ring DLC to me. And it's probably because of the hippo, yeah, but they just, like, he just moves in such crazy ways. He does look very cool, but he was really hard to learn to parry. I was thinking he might have been hard to learn to parry because I'm used to the hippo, And he's very similar to the hippo, but not quite exactly the same. So like, my parry times were just so hard to relearn. I don't think it looks wonky. I think it's just like it kind of reminds me of the Dancing Lion too. Just very like, he's just like squiggling and moving in like really weird ways, you know? Aggie said he was having issues with the camera on this boss. Yeah, the camera's not perfect, but I just think the boss is hard, honestly. And then here's me like, okay, I just want to win. We have like 5 more minutes. Let me just switch to the claws. Okay, we're halfway. I can do this. I can do this. That was the Fable I used. It wasn't that good. You have to press the Fable 3 times in a row. Okay, yeah. Died again. And I'm level 91 in this clip, by the way. And that's it. And then, actually, I died there oopsie, I keep doing that. I didn't die there because I was bad. I died there because they told me that I had to quit out because we ran out of time. Glenn, it was Glenn who told me that. Glenn, if you're watching this, I'll remember this. So I didn't end up beating him. I didn't beat the crocodile. Did anyone beat it? I don't think Aggie did. I think Ain did, but I think Ain did. He said he pulled out all the stops. He used all the throwables. Oh, hi, Glenn. I don't know what he dropped. I have no idea. So I'm bad. And that's how you can tell that this is my footage. Any questions? Any questions about this gameplay? Are there cosmetics? There's a cute new hat and outfit. It looks nothing mind-blowing, but I'm excited either way. Yeah, I agree. Maybe it's nothing that's like, I don't know, revolutionary, but again, it's just more Liza P, and I think that some of the stuff is really cool and different. Like more advanced than the base game, so I'm stoked for that. That's all I wanted, honestly. More Liza P is exactly what I wanted. My favorite zoo animal? None of them. They were all extremely annoying to fight. Are there new records? There's gotta be, right? Is Santa Claus one of those bosses? No. You know about robots or only monsters? Well, this is the first level. The first level seems like it's only monsters. I'm sure there's robots. I think actually one of the bosses that I fought was a robot. I don't have a picture of it though, unfortunately. Does everything from the first game transfer over like your level? I don't know. They gave me this character and then spawned me into the DLC, so I can assume it's just the character that you come in with, yeah. The Girl Stalker, I don't know anything about the Girl Stalker. Favorite DLC NPC? I don't even think I met one DLC NPC. Is it faster in terms of combat? It feels like some of the boss moves are more advanced. It kind of feels like if you take Elden Ring and you make Elden Ring DLC, like, yeah. $30 USD is confirmed, yes. All right, guys, that was everything that I know and everything that I saw at the Liza P DLC event. If you want more behind the scenes footage and my thoughts about talking to the directors and stuff like that, please go check out my vlog on my IRL channel, which will be linked in the description. But yeah, I'm really, really excited. I actually don't know the release date either. I can assume it's coming out in the summer because that's what they've been saying. I am so excited for this game to come out. I'm going to play this so much. I will probably end up doing a dance pad run because the director and a bunch of other people on the Liza P team love my dance pad run and keep asking me if I'm gonna do it for the DLC, so I was like, I guess I have to now. So we can expect that, and I'm just so excited. This event meant so much to me. Everyone who works for Neowiz and Liza P are just incredible. They were all so amazing and made all of this such a smooth, incredible experience. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you guys are as excited as I am, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.
Meow. The wall. 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 Meow. The wall.